Hello YouTube. So I'm really excited to be doing this video because after my Revlon review, I got a lot of comments, well, not a lot, but I got a few comments asking me, oh my god, how did you grow your hair so healthy? How did you get your hair so thick and so long? From my point of view, my hair grew, but you know, after looking back at my older videos, I saw the drastic change. So I figured it would be really important to update you guys fully and tell you guys exactly what I did to get my hair back to normal. Well, my normal. As you guys know, when I first made my first biotin video, I was so upset. I was so sad. I was so helpless. I felt like I was never going to get my hair back to normal. It took months. Actually, it took years. It took probably 3 years to finally see real results. So I'm here to spill the tea and tell you guys everything that I did to get my hair back to the way it was supposed to be. So the number one thing I did to get my hair back is I stopped using heat, okay? Like, this is something that everybody says, I know. And when I was going through my curly hair journey, trying to see who was gonna give me the answer, this was the best thing that I did. And you know, if you're out there and you really want to get your hair healthy again and long and thicker again, I'm telling you, the only thing you have to do for years is just stop putting heat in your hair. So this was really hard for me. Like, I was very unhappy with my hair. It was really thin, it was really short. Well, it was short for me, but it was really thin, and I felt that the only way to make it look presentable was to straighten it. And even after I said I wouldn't, and I was like, oh, I'll just straighten it once a month, it's not gonna do anything. And then it turned into, oh, I'll straighten it every 2 months. And you know, not cutting it completely really delayed my progress. And when I was straightening my hair once or twice a month, yeah, my hair looked cute when it was straight, but then I felt so fake because when I washed my hair, I really saw the damage, and it just kept getting worse because I kept getting split ends and it was dry and it didn't move nice and flow with the wind. And then I decided, like, girl, it's not worth it. Just cut it off. So what I did, I was going to school in Pennsylvania, so I left all my hair, like my heating tools, in the Bronx, and I went back to school with no flat iron, no blower, no nothing. And I was like, I'm gonna force myself to stop using heat. And if I could do it, you could do it too, because after a while, not using heat becomes your new normal, and you start to adjust to what you do have, and you also learn new things about your hair that you didn't know before because you didn't give it a chance. So just give it a chance and see what you can do with it, and try new hairstyles. Keep it up, keep it in a bun. Even if you have to rock a bun for 6 months, after you let your bun out, you're gonna start to see the growth, trust me. The second very important thing I did was to trim my hair. And when I say trim, I mean like monthly trims. And so this made my hair stay short for a very long time, and people kept saying, like, why doesn't your hair grow, or when is your hair gonna be long again, and why you keep cutting your hair. And you know, it's hard when you're starting, because when you try to explain people that you're in a curly hair journey, they don't really understand, and honestly they don't care. You just have to tell yourself that you're doing it for you, and at the end of it, it's gonna be worth it. So I kept doing monthly trims. Whenever I saw a straight piece of hair, I was like, go. After a while, I started noticing that I didn't have any more straight ends anymore because my hair was growing out and I kept cutting it. So once I reached the point that I felt like my hair was starting to get better, I was like, okay, let me just finish off the damaged job and just do a bigger chop. So, but when I say big chop, I mean like I cut off probably like 4 or 5 inches of my hair. And at first I did it myself and it looked horrible. Like, my hair was so chopped And then I had my friend cut my hair. Shout out to Karina, because she really fixed my hair after I cut it. And yeah, it ended up being like 4 to 5 inches that I needed to cut off to really cut off all the damaged ends that I had. After my friend cut off 4 to 5 inches of my hair was super short. I was like, okay, if my hair doesn't grow now, then this was pointless. And you know, they always say once you cut off your damaged ends, then your hair will most likely grow back. So that's exactly what I was hoping for. And oh my gosh, when I tell you, after my friend cut my hair, I'm telling you, my hair just started to grow, and fast, like so fast. So the point that I'm trying to say is that when you have a lot of split ends and a lot of damaged hair and you just keep it there, you're not gonna see the retention in your hair. So it's gonna grow, but it's not gonna stay because it breaks, and there's a lot of split ends, and it breaks in the shower when you comb it. It doesn't look nice. So I really encourage you guys to cut the damaged ends that need to be cut. Do a big chop if you need to, because at the end of the day, you're going to see the hair growth once you cut off all the bad parts. And it's gonna grow so fast. You're gonna get so happy, so hyped. And that's exactly what happened to me. Hopefully it happens to you, but I saw the most hair growth when I chopped my hair. I didn't see it much when I was taking biotin. I mostly saw my hair change, as in like getting shinier and feeling nicer and feeling thicker. But as in growth, I didn't see that with the biotin. I saw that once I cut my hair. The third thing I did was to use lots of oils and masks. So I'm not gonna go too deep into like the oils and masks that I use, because I'm gonna make a separate video on it. But deep conditioning every week and keeping my hair hydrated really helped my hair a lot. I used a few different masks, and I still continued to use biotin, except I use biotin hair oil instead. But keeping my hair hydrated and keeping it, doing deep conditioner every week really kept my hair the way I needed it to be. So the fourth thing I did was I did a lot of protective styles. So remember, I didn't have my flat iron, I didn't have my blower, I didn't have anything. So I started to experiment. I wasn't really good at hairstyles, especially with hair that I still wasn't loving. So I did lots of buns. I did like 2 buns, or I would put a hat all the time. I had like 3 hats that I would always wear. And almost every day I had a hat on and had my ponytail out. So doing protective styles made me get used to my hair. After a while, I started realizing like, okay, maybe I could stop doing protective styles and just leave my hair out once in a while, let it breathe. Getting to learn about your hair and trying to experiment new styles turned to be something really fun. So it's not the end of the world if your hair is not always sleek straight or always curly and perfect. If you have to do it, if you have to learn how to protect your hair, then do it. Because again, in the long run, it's going to be worth it. And so after I did the big chop, started doing protective hairstyles, my monthly trims stopped because it was so short. I was just like, okay, now it's time to just let my hair do its thing. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't blow dry it, I didn't flat iron it, I just let it flow. I stopped using hair extensions, and even though my hair still kind of looked thin, I stopped realizing how thin it looked because it became my new normal, and I just started to wear it out. And after a while, my hair started to grow. People started to notice that it was growing and flourishing, and it started growing out even thicker than what I probably had it a few years ago. I also realized that once I stopped caring about my hair, like not necessarily stopped taking care of it, but once I stopped caring about like doing length checks or seeing how much it shrunk again and seeing like how far down on my back my hair was, that's when I realized how fast my hair was growing. Because after a few months I would look at pictures and I'm like, oh, my hair is not that short anymore. After you just stop thinking about it and just start letting your hair breathe and do its own thing, then you start becoming comfortable with what you have. So after about a year of just letting my hair do its thing, after the big chop, this is pretty much what my hair looks like. It's been about a year and a half, and since then I only trimmed it probably twice. So I even stopped trimming my hair because I was just like, I'm gonna just let it grow. I'm gonna just let it go crazy. So I did have split ends for quite a while, but you couldn't really tell because my hair was way healthier than it was before. That's pretty much everything I did. I'll probably go more deep in depth in like the exact products that I use, like the shampoos, the oils, the what else, the deep conditioners, the biotins. I'll do a deeper dive into that, but just be patient and just try to learn about your hair. And it's all a process. At the time, I didn't think that I was going to be able to get my hair back to healthy, but I stayed motivated. I continued to do my research, and here I am. I'm not like exactly where I want to be, but I do know that I made some progress, and you can do it too. So that's it. You can leave your questions or comments at the end of this video or below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.